So Natalia, you were telling me about the date that gave you COVID. What is up with that?
Yes. So this guy that I also happened to meet online. So we had a date, and he's like, it was summertime, so it was pretty outdoors, and he's like, okay, let me take you out on a date. And I was like, great. He said, but I'm not feeling great. And I said, it's fine, you know. And he's like, yeah, I'm a little stuffy. And I said, oh, it's probably like a cold.
Right.
I should have known better, you know. By the way, I'm using the lip scrub to prep my lips for the makeup look.
Oh, the BNTC lip
yes,
scrub. Yes.
It's such a moisturizing like scrub too. It's not harsh at all. And I just do a few like passes on my lips.
Perfect.
Like that. So any excess, of course, you can like remove it
Easily, right?
very easily. And so I got myself ready. And at this point, you know, I'm a clinician, and I never got COVID. Like through the pandemic, through everything, I always was super careful. And then I decided to go on this date.
Oh.
And so I'm like, all right, and he's extremely good looking. So I'm like, how can I escape it?
Yes.
How can I escape it? So I said, okay, let's go. So he picked me up, and then we went to Governor's Island. And for those who don't know these areas in New York City, it's a very cute island. About, I want to say like 5 minutes ferry ride.
From where?
From Manhattan, from the city.
Okay.
You can camp there. It's so beautiful. It's such a nice like weekend activity. And so here we go. My favorite prep.
I'm using the Beauty in the City tea mist. So this has green tea in it, it has white tea in it with fruit extracts. I like to use it as a pre-prep before I start my makeup. I'm just refreshing my makeup, and sometimes I wear it after, but it's excellent moisturizer. Post-workout, sometimes I use it. And then of course the serum tea I use every morning. Love.
I apply it before any moisturizer. Sometimes you don't even need any moisturizer.
Right. It's
You
true.
just like put it on, and you're good to go.
And then I'm using the Beauty in the City lip conditioner to prep my lips as I do the look. Natalia has a cool look for us today that's all like glowy, right? So we're gonna go like within the eye, not the exact eyelid, but in the crease and even under the eye, all like a bronzy, like glowy. So we're gonna go use the BNTC bronzer. Then we can highlight, and I think the highlight we'll be putting up here from what you talked to me about, and then we'll also be doing our normal like on the face of the cheeks here, but we get in there with the highlight too. So I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Yes. And then I can kind of refresh my mascara and do some other things. Okay, so you met up with the guy, right?
Yeah, so I met up with a guy.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use the Beauty in the City Lash and Brow Serum. I think this
And,
one makes
and we got there, and he's definitely sick. He's like coughing and
Oh my god.
sniffling.
Did he at least have a mask on?
No mask. Completely anti-mask. And I was like, okay, well, it's fine. It was a date, so I was not expecting to have a date. I mean,
Well, you could wear a mask like to the date and then just take it off like at dinner, or you know, like be a little more civilized, especially if you're coughing. If you're actively sick.
So
Just wondering, right?
anyway, we went out, we had dinner. No, we had lunch. That was lunch. And we were walking around, and he keeps coughing and sniffling. And I don't know, I was so into him that on the first day I kissed him. Big mistake. Big mistake. I was just like, I know,
He must have been
I
really
couldn't.
cute. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't. So I kissed him, and 2 days later he calls me. He's like, I got tested and I have COVID. And I was
That is a
like, are
big
you
deal.
serious? Okay.
That's a big deal.
So I did my lip scrub, and now I'm gonna apply vitamin C lip gloss here just to also prep my lips.
So I'm kind of washing my entire lid with the bronzer, like the look that we're going for. And I'm going to put a little bit under the eye as well. Really, really glowy here. Not up on the brow bone. I don't want the brow bone. I want to save that for The glitter stick highlighter.
Do you use a lot of foundation? I find myself not using a lot of that, but I don't know. Some girls, I feel that
I wear it.
they can't live without it. And
It's a little addicting, yes, because it makes you look so, especially in pictures, but also like it kind of makes everything look so even and smooth. But as the summer gets on, I don't like a lot of foundation in the summer because it's hot and you might sweat. And I like to walk, like in Manhattan, I love to walk. So I don't think it's practical, and I don't think it's good for my skin to be sweating in any foundation. Whereas the great thing about like Beauty in the City products, most of the products are non-acnogenic. They should all be, and they have antioxidants. Like the bronzer, it's got aloe vera in it and coconut oil in it, and so
they're so natural.
They're so natural. They're vegan.
Ingredients are like so natural, and that's important for your face. If you're like thinking on the longevity of your face, you want to find like natural products.
Exactly.
As much as you can.
Exactly. And some people, we've gotten customers that tell us they wear the bronzer instead of foundation because it's like a light little glow. And so you still get that photogenic effect, especially in photos where you're kind of glossing over any imperfections without having to have like a heavy foundation. I like foundation though, I'm gonna be honest. I do wear it, but not in the summer as much because it's just hot.
All right, so I kissed him and he called me. He's like, I have COVID, and I said, oh, this is not good. This is not good. And at that point, I think Delta, right, was going around, and I said, I got it. I'm sure I got it.
Oh shoot.
The next day, I was having runny nose, and I was just trying to feel like chilled, and I said, oh, God, I have COVID. And I got tested, and sure enough, I got it. So,
oh wow.
I know, right? And he kept checking on me to make sure I was fine.
Well, see, at least that was sweet that he checked on you, right?
Yes.
We did give it to you.
Worst part, you will think that because he gave me COVID, I would not see him again. I did see him again.
See, you must have really liked him.
Yeah.
Good. Well, at least something good came out of it, right? Like that was a huge risk.
And thank God, I was vaccinated. I was fine.
Okay, good.
I came out of it without any issues.
Very, very good.
So I was good to go. So I applied the bronzer.
Oh, I applied the glitter stick. Very nice. Let me see. So you've got a nice gold there. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done the glitter stick all in the highlights, and I did the bronzer all around the eye socket. I did want to go a little. I'm like.
So we said gold on top, right?
On the lid?
On the lid.
Yes, gold or gold is pinkish is what I think those would be good.
So we're going straight.
Oh my goodness. Sort of at least it ended well. I like that it's like a good dating story that ended well. I have a dating story. This guy asked me out on a date, said we were going out to a restaurant in Harlem. So I said, oh, this is going to be good because I love food in Harlem. I love Southern food, right? And he said that it was soul food, and I said, oh, this is right up my alley. Okay, so I go home, get dressed. It takes me about 40 minutes to get dressed. I drive out to Harlem, get to this spot. It's like a mom and pop takeout place. Like everything on the menu is between $8 and $12, and everybody's taking your food out. And there's a woman there with her child, like from like after school program. They're just eating, and that's it. There's nobody else in the place. So then, also the weird thing was the guy was like, "This is a bring your own drink spot. Make sure you bring something. So it goes, I'll cover dinner, but you bring something," which I thought was a red flag because that was only a second date.
But like meaning bring something like what?
Like a wine, like wine or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I mean, it's a second date, but you're trying to insist that I bring something. Okay, I mean, you could have picked something up. I'm not a big drinker. Like I'm a lightweight. I can drink one drink and that's about it. But what also annoyed me is like you made this sound like this was not fancy restaurant, but a restaurant. This is a local takeout place, and you have to pass me bringing wine here. It was so ridiculous, and we sat there and ate. I'm dressed.
With a wine.
Yeah, I'm dressed in like a nice dress, right? I went home, I changed my handbag, I'm like, this is crazy. Oh my God, then I didn't see that guy again. Just like I could say, he walked into my car, it was the day, but I thought his perception on life was a little bit odd. Also, you're just wasting people's time. You have somebody getting dressed like an after work date, and it's like a spot. And the crazy thing was, it wasn't even like he lived around the corner. So he had to travel to go to that spot too. It's just daft. Oh my god. Anyway.